Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. A deep dive into handling the X button press on the PS5 controller with code. This tutorial will guide you through the process of detecting and responding to the X button press on a PS5 DualSense controller using code. We'll cover various approaches, from lower-level libraries that provide raw input data to higher-level game development frameworks that offer abstracted input handling. We'll also address platform considerations, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and provide concrete code examples. Understanding the landscape. Before diving into code, it's essential to understand the different layers involved in interacting with the PS5 controller. 1. Hardware * the physical controller and its embedded firmware. 2. Operating system * Windows, Linux, Mac OS. This provides basic device access. 3. Device drivers * These translate the controller's low-level signals into a format the OS understands, typically as a HID, human interface device. 4. Input APIs * These are libraries or frameworks that allow you to interact with the device drivers and read controller data. Examples include *raw input, Windows low-level access to raw input data. Complex to use directly but very powerful. *direct input, Windows older, deprecated, but still functional. Handles input devices in a more abstracted way than raw input. *X input, Windows specifically designed for Xbox controllers but often used as a general-purpose input API. DualSense controllers might work with X input, but usually require additional drivers or wrappers for full functionality. *SDL, simple direct media layer cross-platform library providing access to various hardware, including controllers. Offers a good balance of ease of use and features. *GLFW, graphics library framework primarily used for managing OpenGL/Fukan contexts, but also provides basic input handling. *Game engine APIs, Unity, Unreal Engine, Godot. These provide highly abstracted input handling tailored for game development. They often internally use one of the lower-level APIs mentioned above. Platform considerations. Windows * raw input, direct input, X input, SDL, GLFW, game engine APIs. Windows requires drivers for full DualSense functionality. Steam input can also provide a layer of abstraction. Linux * SDL, GLFW, game engine APIs, libuzb, for low-level access. Kernel drivers typically provide basic HID support. Mac OS * SDL, GLFW, game engine APIs, IOKit, for low-level access. Mac OS also has built-in HID support. Choosing the right approach. Low-level libraries, raw input, libuzb, IOKit. Use these when you need very fine-grained control over the controller's input, potentially bypassing standard OS drivers. This is more complex but can be necessary for advanced features like haptic feedback or custom button mappings. Cross-platform libraries, SDL, GLFW, ideal for projects that need to run on multiple operating systems. They provide a consistent API across different platforms. Game engine APIs * If you're developing a game, leveraging the engine's input system is usually the simplest and most efficient solution. Code example, using SDL2. SDL2, Simple Direct Media Layer, is a popular cross-platform library that provides a relatively easy-to-use interface for handling controller input. This example will show you how to detect the X button press using SDL2 in C++. Prerequisites *. 1. Install SDL2 *. Download the SDL2 development libraries for your operating system from the official SDL website, https://www.libstil.org/ https://www.libsdl.org. Follow the installation instructions for your specific platform, example using a package manager on Linux, or copying DLLs on Windows. 2. Set up your development environment *. Configure your compiler and linker to include the SDL2 headers and libraries. Code *. Explanation *. 1. Include headers *. SDL.h is the main header for SDL. 2. SDL initialization *. SDL_init, SDL_init_game controller, initializes the SDL's game controller subsystem. Error checking is crucial. 3. Controller detection *. SDL_num joysticks, returns the number of connected joysticks, including game controllers. SDL_I game controller, I, checks if the given joystick is a game controller. SDL_game controller open, I, opens the game controller. SDL_game controller name, controller, retrieves the name of the controller. 4. Event loop *. SDL_poll event, and event, processes events from the event queue. This is the core of SDL input handling. SDL_quit events signal that the user wants to close the application, example by closing the window. SDL_controller button down and SDL_controller button up events are triggered when a controller button is pressed or released. Event.button holds the specific button that was pressed or released. SDL_controller_button_x is the SDL constant for the X button on a standard controller layout, which should map correctly to the DualSense controller. Event.button which holds the instance ID of the joystick that triggered the event. This is important to verify that the event originated from your controller, especially if you have multiple controllers connected. SDL_joystick instantiated, SDL_game controller jet joystick, controller, retrieves the instance ID of the currently opened controller. 5. Button handling *. If the event.button is SDL_controller_button_x, then the X button was pressed or released. 6. SDL cleanup *. SDL_game controller close, controller, closes the game controller. SDL_quit, shuts down SDL. Compilation *. To compile this code, you'll need to link against the SDL2 library. Here are some example compilation commands, replace with your actual file names and library paths. *Windows, min-gw. *Linux, G++. *Mac OS, Clang++. Running the code *. 1. Connect your ps5 DualSense controller to your computer via USB. 2. Run the compiled executable. 3. The program will attempt to detect and open the controller. 4. Press the X button on the controller. You should see X button pressed, printed to the console. Release the X button and you should see X button released. Important notes about SDL2 *. Controller mapping *. SDL uses a controller database, gamecontroller.txt, to map controller buttons to a standard layout. This database may not be up to date for all controllers. You can update the database or manually map buttons if necessary. SDL offers functions like SDL_game controller jet string for button to help with this. *. Driver issues *. On Windows, you might need to install a driver specifically for the DualSense to be fully recognized by SDL. The Steam input driver often works well. Error handling. The example includes basic error handling, but you should add more robust error checking in a real-world application. Other approaches, a brief overview. GLFW similar to SDL, GLFW provides a cross-platform API for window management and input. The code structure is analogous to SDL, but the function names and event handling mechanisms are different. Raw input, Windows. This provides raw access to HID devices. You need to register for specific device types and handle the raw input data directly. It's more complex than SDL but offers the most control. You'll need to parse the HID report descriptors to determine the meaning of the raw data. Game engines, Unity, Unreal Engine, Godot. These engines have built-in input managers that handle controller input in a very abstracted way. You can typically access buttons by name, example X button, button south, without needing to know the underlying device details. This is the most convenient approach for game development. Steam input. Even outside of Steam games, you can leverage Steam input. Enable controller configuration support in Steam settings, and Steam will remap your DualSense controller to an input-compatible configuration. Then, you can use X input in your code. Example, conceptual, using Steam input with X input. This example is Windows specific and assumes Steam input is enabled and remaps the DualSense to X input. Note that this is a simplified conceptual example, as directly using X input with a remapped DualSense may require specific configuration. Caveats of the Steam input/X input approach. Dependency on Steam. Your program requires Steam to be running and configured correctly. Remapping. The button mapping will be different, X becomes A, etc. You'll need to adjust your code accordingly. Not guaranteed. Steam input is not foolproof and may not work in all situations. It is also not portable. Conclusion. This tutorial has provided a comprehensive overview of how to detect and respond to the X button press on a PS5 DualSense controller. The best approach depends on your project's requirements, platform targets, and desired level of control. SDL2 is a good starting point for cross-platform projects, while game engines provide the simplest solution for game development. Remember to consider driver issues and properly handle errors for a robust and reliable implementation. Good luck.